What's going on, people? What's going on? How's everybody doing this evening? Sorry about that. How's everybody? Oh, we got a really good video um, that we're gonna do. I saw this today. I had to get back on track with this story right here. It's another story, as you can see by the thumbnail. What's going on in these schools and what they look upon as being a threat is usually the male, but as you can tell, it's never the woman. Being as though it's happening over and over and over and over and over and over again with these I should have said pedo females hurting a lot of these kids, grooming them, the real groomers. And as you see by this, when you check this story out, you will understand what I'm talking about. Man, I was like crazy because I'm coming back at you guys so quick, so fast. It's been so long, but I'm sorry about that. So the introduction is a little bit crazy, but unapologetic manhood is back. It's March the 16th, 8 o'clock. A game about to come on that I want to watch, so we're gonna play this. But again, I had to come back to you guys, man. It's been a long while. So let's get it going, man. Let's get it popping. Let's get to the story. Hold on one second. Let's get it in. Yep. Let's go.
That would resonate with a juror, other than they would be just.
First, she was accused of rape, and then she allegedly admitted she's pregnant with a former student's baby. Now, this ex-elementary school teacher is slammed with nearly 24 charges in a new indictment. Prosecutors say she sexually assaulted as many as 21 children.
There's nothing in this that would resonate with a juror.
21 children.
They would be disgusted and horrified by this woman.
It's a story we've been following since the start of the 2023 school year, when 38-year-old Alyssa McCommon was arrested for the first time. That was on September 8th in Covington, Tennessee, about an hour northeast of Memphis. Police there began an investigation into McCommon, a now former elementary school teacher, after receiving a tip about an inappropriate relationship with a former student. Officials say McCommon started talking to students outside of the classroom by playing video games with the children before switching communication to social media apps. After that, police say McCommon sent explicit photos before requesting sexual relations with the victims. Initially, McCommon was charged with rape and booked into the Tipton County Jail, but shortly released on $25,000 bond. We reported on McCommon's case again after her second arrest on September 28th. She was taken into custody that time after allegedly violating a no-contact order and reaching out to a victim. At the court appearance for those charges, prosecutors played snippets of a voicemail McCommon made while out on bail, allegedly confessing she was pregnant with the boy's baby.
I will never text you again. You will never hear from me again. Just please don't say anything. I'm under so much stress and I'm so scared all the time. I'm trying to tell you when it comes out. I'm looking like you. We don't have to talk anymore. Just please, God, tell me you're not going to say anything. I'll never speak to you again.
Fast forward to this week when McCommon was indicted on 23 counts of sexual misconduct against minors. Her charges include
23 counts of sexually misconduct on minors, 21 of, allegedly that she groomed. This is happening over and over again. Just because she's the opposite sex, mainstream media is not handling like it would if it was a man. This is what it is in this society. It's double standards to the a-hole. This is why I don't understand you feminists when you try to say that you have no rights. You have, like, what are you talking about? You got more rights than anyone on earth. You have more rights than your own children that you have. You hear me? You have more rights than your own children. Let's keep it going.
Rape of a child. 5 counts aggravated statutory rape, 4 counts of sexual exploitation by electronic means, 4 counts of solicitation of a minor to commit aggravated statutory rape, 2 counts of statutory rape by an authority figure, 2 counts of coercion of a witness, and
Look at it,
2
trying to look
counts of
young. That's how they
aggravated
do.
stalking, violation of the Child Protective Act, tampering with evidence, and harassment.
It's a real anomaly, at least from what I've seen in these kinds of cases.
According to trial attorney Ann Bremner, the sheer number of indictments against McCommon is staggering.
And it's pretty unusual to see women being predators to this extent with this many victims.
The indictment
It's pretty. You heard what she said. This so-called prosecutor said it's pretty unusual to see women to be predators in this type of situation. This is what I mean with the double standard. We see this shit. You know, I guess they're trying to tell us what our eyes don't see. Really, we really not seeing what our eyes see. You people are nuts. You people are delusional. You know, in the Black community, most of my friends been sexually assaulted by a older woman before they was the age of 10. So whatever with these, I'm pretty sure she, you know, allegedly she's a feminist as well. But this is what they are. They're a bunch of liars. You know, they're trying to create a narrative that women usually don't do this. We see this all the time, guys. This is why I like local news. I'd rather watch local news than I watch mainstream media news, because local news they a lot of them, they have to bring this out. You know what I'm saying? Just in case it be another victim. They have to do it. Mainstream media news, nah, it's anything that's going to fit their narrative. Let's keep it going.
Come 6 months after McCommon's original arrest. We're seeing nearly 24 indictments.
Right.
Why would an investigation like this take so long?
Well, I mean, we see that victims are reluctant to come forward no matter what their age. And then you're dealing with, younger, underage juveniles. They're not going to tell their parents a lot of the time.
Look weird as
hell. It takes a
hell.
long time to figure out the breadth of what she's been doing, which is pretty astonishing. You know, that you started with the one young man, and then, of course, it goes on from there.
And I know in the past, at least what prosecutors say, is that she communicated with former students via Snapchat or social media. Would that be a large part of the investigation, that people are actually combing through her past conversations to find incriminating information?
Yeah, absolutely. When you think about it, I think, I had the Mary Kay Letourneau case here in Seattle, which was kind of the first of, a female teacher with a male student, and it made international news. Back then, we didn't have Snapchat, email, text.
She's still being very biased. The first female teacher that's the first one that became mainstream media news. That was the first one that became mainstream media news. But this shit happens all the time. But when it's a little boy or what have you, many people in this, especially in the court system, seem like they have what we call they're very hypocritical. They have a bias of what's going on in terms of boys versus girls. And then especially when it comes to the teachers, the people that's supposed to be the protectors, they have a huge bias when it comes to that. Even in my own town, especially in my own town where I'm at, same thing.
Etc. But she was pretty prolific in communicating with her intended victim and other kids, because she'd be like this woman, like, let's play video games, come over to my house, like basically befriending these kids as if she's in their same age group. So there's going to be potentially a lot of evidence written, in terms of Snapchat and everything else. But and it sounds like she said some horribly incriminating things, including with the young man saying that who's underage, that she was pregnant with his child.
In 1997, 6th grade teacher Mary Kay Letourneau was arrested and charged with 2 counts of second-degree rape. The story captivated the nation, as Letourneau eventually had 2 children with her former student, Vili Falau. The pair got married after she served prison time and spent more than 2 decades together. Bremner says she sees serious parallels between Letourneau's case and McCommon's.
And they're almost identical to what happened with Mary Kay Letourneau. Mary got pregnant with Vili's child. She got a plea deal, what's called a SOSA. It's a sexual offender alternative sentence where she could have treatment and only be sentenced to about a month in jail. And she did that. But when she was released on conditions, just like this defendant, she immediately contacted Billy. She was caught in a car with
more, more, letting them do what they want. That's why I don't understand you feminists when you try to say you have no rights. You guys can do whatever you want. Because we got a bunch of beta males and a bunch of feminists that's in this, that's the leaders of this court system. A bunch of beta males and a bunch of feminists.
steamed up windows, passport, baby clothes, Nordstrom bags, and she was pregnant again. And of course, that's when she went to prison for 7 years. So she was not to contact him, which she immediately did. And then, of course, she was caught in a way that there
Why
was
he look
no
like The
turning back.
Rock
She had to go to
when he
prison.
was little.
So her SOSA was revoked, and
This
she
the
went
person.
to prison
This is
for
years
straight
ago.
7 years. No good time, no nothing. And then she got out, and there was no contact order, and they had it lifted, mutually agreed, lifting that order, and they got married.
In McCommon's case, an order has not been lifted, but she allegedly reached out to a victim anyway. Investigators with the Covington Police Department
An order
say
wasn't
that
lifted.
after her initial release, McCommon used a previously unknown phone number to contact one of the victims. They also say she used a code word with the child that the pair used to use to signal that the boy was alone. In the past, she'd allegedly used that same word before sending him nude photos via Snapchat. Among the messages, investigators say McCommon allegedly admitted to the sexual interaction.
Sick.
She also told the boy he, quote, regret doing this, meaning contacting the authorities. Is there any reason, in your opinion, that
Extremely
Mary
sick.
Kay Letourneau would go back to this child, or same with Alyssa McCommon in this case, even though they've been arrested, they're told no contact? Why would they go back and have contact again?
She really felt like it wasn't a criminal matter. It was, I'm just quoting her. She didn't think it was a criminal matter. She thought it was more of a moral lapse and an issue with respect to her job as a teacher. She taught 6th grade. And, she said this was a love affair for the ages. And she said that Billy was the smartest person in the world. She was second smartest. I mean, we used to say it's like, there's something about Mary. It's the world Letourneau's in Summer of 42. It had a lot of that. This case really doesn't, because you've got other victims. And it doesn't sound like Mary's case in terms of Mary's belief that this was a love story, which it turned out to be, even though she served time. And it's
Now they call it a
criminal
love
what she did.
story.
I'm not in any way condoning it.
It sounds like you're
And I don't see
condoning
exactly
it.
that
You sound like
element
you're
with this
condoning it.
particular
You're very
defendant, but I'm not
hypocritical.
sure if she's talking about this as a
You
love
seem very
thing, or
biased.
is she basically, having sex with this boy and with others, and then
This the
guilt tripping
prosecutor.
him, about the pregnancy, but not talking about the forever piece of the relationship, which is what Mary did, which is very strange.
So I'm also wondering about her pregnancy, whether that would play a role in all of this, because if she is pregnant with this boy's child, I mean, if we do the testing, DNA, whatever, and find out, I mean, that confirms that they did have sex. Is that possible that they would test this child for the paternity?
Absolutely, because that's part of the proof. That wasn't done in Mary's case because nobody denied,
Aren't they in Tennessee? Being as though, didn't Tennessee just pass a law? I think it was Tennessee. Maybe you guys can tell me if I'm wrong or right. Just passed a law stating that, if a woman's pregnant, she could be 2, 3, 4 months pregnant. She could put the guy on child support right then and there. They can't do a DNA test right then and there. They probably can, but that's the new law in Tennessee, and this happened in Tennessee.
The thing is, the reason Mary got arrested is because there were love letters between them that a family member.
She keep on talking about this
And
lady
so
from like
when it
25,
came up
30
on the
years
screen of
ago.
the TVs in Seattle, this angelic
Let me-
looking woman writing love
Angelic
letters
looking
to a
woman.
12-year-old.
Oh, Lord help me. So that's about it. You guys probably need to look into this a little bit. This is out of Tennessee. I'm gonna put the rest of the story on Law and Crimes Network. It was on YouTube, what have you, so you can see it. Yeah, it's crazy. It's real crazy. But anyway, before I even get away, leave, I want to let you guys know that this is what's going on in this country in terms of a lot of these teachers. I worked in the school system for over 10 years. A lot of these teachers are getting more weird with these kids, if you ask me, dressing crazy, dressing revealing, telling young girls, these liberal teachers telling young girls, yeah, do what you do what you do, and flirt too much with the boys and this and that, and third, and everybody turn the other cheek while they look at the man that's trying to tell the young woman or the young girl, the young boy, what they need to do, and they are demonized. You know what I'm saying? And this is what happens. These a lot of these, not saying all, but a lot of these women, these teachers, these female teachers and female faculty members, they do a lot of iffy shit that a lot of people notice that's logical, and they see it like, this is a little weird over here, but this is what it is. Anyway, like and subscribe to the channel, and guys, I promise you, I'm gonna start putting more video, more live video out there. You know, I'm gonna have to start making an actual schedule for this, but we're gonna do it up anyway. Y'all take it easy. Happy Saturday. Have a great weekend. Happy St. Patrick's Day. Do your thing. Peace.